Welcome back, gamers. Desiree here, and I'm sitting with one of our assembly specialists. So let's find out what kind of gamer he is when we put him in the hot seat. Welcome, John.
Glad to be here.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, busy day, kind of easy going.
Sort of in the middle, where I've got a lot of stuff I need to get done in the future, but it's at the end of the week, so.
Yeah, nice. Well, we brought you here today because we want to figure out what kind of gamer you are, what kind of games you like to play. So we're going to put you in the hot seat, answer a couple of questions. Good. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Which player color are you?
I'm purple because purple is the best color.
What is your favorite game currently?
As far as tabletop games goes, it's really hard for me to make my decision because I really like Through the Ages, and I just for Christmas got the second edition reprint Through the Ages because my first one got stolen a couple months ago. But I also really like Power Grid.
Oh, okay.
And Twilight Imperium. You'll notice the long, complicated games that take a whole lot of time to learn and have really complicated mechanics. Those are kind of my favorite games. Yeah, I'll just say the super complicated ones.
What is the first tabletop game you remember playing ever? For a lot of people,
I'm trying to remember what it's called because it's not Chutes and Ladders.
Okay.
It's some weird version of chess that's more like checkers, where it's called the Ninny's chess, if I remember right.
Really?
There's some other, it was some weird game from probably the 70s that my mom had in a box somewhere, that it's really simple, cheap plastic pieces on a checkers board, and I might have even, it's hard for me to remember because it was a very, very long time ago, but it was just a little tactical go and attack each other game. The second game would be Stratego. I remember playing Stratego from a very young age.
What is your favorite gaming music? Or do you like listening to music when you play games?
I actually don't listen to music when I play games. I used to listen to music constantly when I played games. But I have this problem where if I have music playing, it takes that little bit of my attention, and that just kind of takes it away from me. I always feel like if I made a mistake, it's because maybe I wouldn't have made it if that music wasn't playing. It really comes out of playing a lot of first-person shooter games for a while there, and if I can't hear their footsteps, then I don't know they're behind me. So I just kind of was like, no more music, no more music. And so maybe if it's a game I'm super comfortable with and I'm just kind of grinding away at something, I'll have music, but a lot of the time I don't anymore.
What is your spirit animal?
Probably a human, because I am one. Okay. If I had to pick an animal that's really representative of me, maybe something like a house cat.
Oh, okay.
Because they're small, but they're vicious predators who like to snuggle and be cute, and they're all furry, like me.
Nice.
And they're violent, little, cute, happy. It's perfect.
What is your favorite game mechanic or type?
I'm actually a big fan of bidding games, which is funny because the games I mentioned really liking aren't really bidding games. But bidding is such a great system because it's that competitive element where you're not really hurting the other person directly, and yet everything you do is super influential. And then, just bluffing is a lot of fun, and then purposefully bidding people up just to mess with them is a lot of fun, and I really enjoy that as a mechanic.
What upcoming game are you looking forward to most?
So I don't really pay much attention to the releases of board games. I was really excited when I heard they were making that second edition or reprint or whatever they're calling it of Through the Ages, because that game really needed one. And so I'm super happy that that's out, and I'm really pushing for us to make a divider for it because that would be awesome.
Nice.
But I'm also kind of jaded about games where I just don't trust them to be any good until I've actually tried them. Luckily, I have a lot of friends and my brother who just buy a lot of games and try them, so I get to hear a lot of opinions, which is pretty great, because then I kind of get to filter through all the games that might be good, and I only get to try the good ones, which a pretty good system.
What is your favorite gaming snack or drink?
Beer is clearly the best drink because when you're gaming, you should be gaming with friends, and having beer with your friends is always fun. Snack is hard because I really like pizza when I'm gaming, but pretzels always being there on the table or next to your computer, that's really the way to go.
What is your fondest or funniest memory you have from playing tabletop games?
That's actually a really good one. So my friend Ross and me and a couple of our other friends used to play Warhammer a lot in my friend Mike's garage. And one day we're playing Warhammer Fantasy. I have my little tiny maxed out Chaos army, and he plays Orcs. And the Orcs and Goblin army have this rule called animosity, where they have to make sure they don't fight each other within the army at the beginning of every turn. And his archer unit decides they don't like the guys right in front of them and shoot them all in the back. And then those guys break and run because they took too many casualties. And then when a unit runs, the units next to them have to take morale tests. And they break and run. And his entire army runs off the table, and I haven't even had a turn yet. It's like the two armies form up when we spend, 45 minutes making our armies and setting it all up. And then I don't even get a chance to go because his entire army just kills itself and runs away.
Oh no! Aww.
It was really amusing to me and really sad to him. That's a pretty great moment.
Wow.
He actually ended up doing that twice total in our entire history of playing. The other one, his big spellcaster mage miscast really bad and blew themselves up, and a big explosion that killed the middle of his army and made the rest of it run away. Again, before I had had a turn.
If you could play a game with anyone in history or a famous celebrity, who would it be and what game would you play?
So this is a really hard question for me because my background is in history and I do historical reenactment for fun, so there are just so many figures. But I think I decided on Marcus Agrippa, the Roman general who helped get Octavian made first emperor. And he's just such an amazing guy. He came from not very much, and through just sheer force of will and friendship with the people that were in power, he was just such a good friend that he got himself brought all the way up. And so I just, assuming that I could understand him because he spoke Latin, that I would play Twilight Imperium with him, with all of the rules that make the game take more time and all the alternate sets that let you drop rules that make the game take less time. Because then that game would last forever, and then I could just hang out with him whenever I wanted.
Nice. Well, everyone, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, John, for sitting in the hot seat.
Glad to be here.
And if you all are interested in more about the cool people that work here, make sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're interested in more about the products we sell, make sure to head on over to thebrokentoken.com, and we'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.